What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. Thursday, Game 3, NBA Talk with Jay. We got our guy, Fiddle, on the show, giving his thoughts he want to talk every Game 3, and we have all the lines up for all 8 games, man. So we said, fuck it, we're going to talk Thursday, Friday, and Saturday NBA Game 3s. I'm the host, your guy, Jay Money, man. It's been a while, but what's up with you, Fiddle? I just want to say something real quick. People ask me where you been and all this. Like I'm living a private life now, man. It's working out for me. It's just what it is. I don't give out. I don't give out picks anymore. It's just like, get over it, people. It's not gonna happen. Maybe never again. What's up with you, Fiddle?
That's what I'm here for, Jay. And I'm lucky. I'll say I'm very lucky to have access to Private J. I could send Private J a little text or two and see what's going down. Coach J, Private J, Trifecta J. You know, a lot of spots to talk about on this card. So it's been a good start to the NBA playoffs for me. It's been more wins than losses, and every loss has been like a 1 or 2 point kind of on the wrong side of the last few minutes. So it's frustrating when it happens, but if you're still positive, it's like, you know, you live, you learn, you laugh at it. But, you know, that feels like you're reading the board correctly, ahead of a lot of spots, all of the normal stuff that I like to do, like beating the closing line, betting early, all been really good to me in the playoffs. So hoping to keep it going. Basketball's been great too. So
are your bad beats been coming on sides or totals?
Oh, both. You want some stories?
I'd like them. Yeah, I like stories.
I mean, like,
only if you're a good storyteller.
So yesterday I had Celtics minus 12, and they're up 13 with 45 seconds left, and then don't cover because Wendell Carter Jr. hits back-to-back corner threes. So
for
just
real?
Like,
damn.
Yeah, right. Shout out WCJ. You know, it's okay. I get over it. I still had it's been a winning week, so it's okay. Yeah. But yeah, things like that are sides. Props. I had Vucevic over 16.5 points. He landed 16. Right. On totals, I had the biggest one is Memphis Grizzlies, Dallas Mavericks under 225.5 in the play-in game. Jay, here's what happens. It's at 221. With 4 seconds left in a 16-point game. The Mavericks are losing. The Grizzlies are dribbling out the clock. There is no shot clock. Mm-hmm. They decide to still foul, right? And so they shoot 2 free throws. The Grizzlies, it was Vince Williams or Gigi Jackson, rather, gets 2 free throws, up 16. So now they go up 17, up 18. And I'm watching the game, and I'm like, oh my God, if the Dallas comes back and shoots a 3, like, I'm going to lose this total with 5 points in 4 seconds in a meaningless game. I'm like, Gigi, miss 1 free throw. Please miss 1 free throw. He makes them both. They inbound the ball to that two-way guy, Brandon Williams, who gets a spotlight in the NBA in the play-in game. I see this motherfucker catch the ball with 4.3 seconds left, sprint across the court, launch a step-back 3, goes in as the buzzer hits 0. Game lands 226 on my 225.5 under. It was literally a 1 in 10,000 bad outcome.
Oh my, bro! I would have been so.
Who the fuck fouls when the game's over with 4 seconds left in a 16-point game? No shot clock, nothing, and then goes and shoots a 3.
That's some college shit right there. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'd take a few days off, man. It can be that shit can take. Hey, they can give you some dark days, man. I tell you that. I know that Norman Powell one. Just a quick story for me. We're gonna get into the games. That Norman Powell shot, man. Game 1 versus the Nuggets. I'm talking about if you had 2.5, you're laying 2.5 with the Nuggets. It's just disgusting. I mean, if you're taking the points, you love him. You know, I was ecstatic, but I just couldn't believe that he went down and even hoisted it down 5 and made the shot. And it was huge, bro. For that, it don't matter if you had 3.5 Nuggets minus 3, 2.5, all of it. That was tough. If I had Nuggets, those are just the ones where it's like, bro.
And then they inbounded the ball to Jokic. So now the Nuggets were up 112 to 110 after Norm hits that shot. They inbounded to Jokic, but it's like the same thing. There's 1 second left. The game's over. The Clippers have no timeout. So like they'd have to foul Jokic. He'd get 2 free throws. The only way that the Clippers would have a chance if Jokic misses 1 free throw. And then they do that, like the Clippers do that Jokic thing where he like swats the ball to not like, because you could only have your fingers on it for a certain amount before the buzzer goes off. And so Batum fouls Jokic, but the ref doesn't call it because he's like game over. The same thing that screwed me over in Memphis, Dallas. So the Nuggets would have covered. Also,
Did
the
you
total.
Have the Nuggets?
No, but I had the total at 223 and a half, 223 towards the over. Game lands 222, 112, 110.
Damn. I just know I never really watched the games, like especially when I have money on it. And then I was just happened to be eating. I was in Dallas and I was just watching. They had the game on, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch it. And I saw that last second shot. That was pretty crazy, man. But let's get into the games. Let's get into the games today, man. That's what the people are here for. First game, let's go over to the streets of Detroit in this one. First, I want to say, like in game threes, the majority of the time. First off, shout out to the people that like I've taught things and they were actually smart enough, like, oh, okay, Jay Money's not doing shows, but he actually taught me this for the past 5 fucking years in the playoffs. Hey, these certain angles, hey, team down 1-0, team down 2, all this. Shout out to the people that actually like, hey, this actually stuck in my head and I actually remember it, and I don't need him to do shows because, I mean, he's told me this time and time again. So shout out to those people there. You should be making money this year for sure. But also, game threes, I think usually you want to take the team that you think is going to win the series. Most of the time, the majority of the time, Fiddle. Pistons getting a point versus the Knicks. Pistons have smacked these boys in the mouth, took back home court advantage. First game in Detroit since like 2006, 2007, playoff game. What do you like in this game, my brother?
Knicks -1, first best bet. Put it in. Give me the New York team. I don't care that we're going to Detroit. The shift in the value of home court is well priced. Every game this series has been a Knicks sharp action spot. I understand the Pistons have played well and they look better, but if you look to market signals, if you wait to look, the betting market is shading this line. Like, they want you to bet the Pistons right now. They want you to say, oh, I can get Pistons as a home dog after they've looked so good. There's a reason why. Like, they wanted you to bet the Knicks in game 2 because Knicks were -6.5 after covering a -7 in game 1. And it went the other way because of classic J Money down 0-1 spot for the Pistons. So now we go back. The better team should win this. All of the playoff metrics, half-court offense, rebounding rate, the switchability on defense, the starting lineups, three-point percent, all of those things favor New York. So ultimately, I do think Knicks get it done.
I can't talk you off, my friend. If I had pants on right now, I'd be pulling them up slightly below my calf muscles to turn them into some knickerbockers. Like I say, I mean, if I know everybody's in love with the Pistons, I know K's been balling, you know what I mean, and the Pistons have looked scrappy as well. Like, we got to be honest, but I mean, if you watch the games, game 2, Knicks play absolutely horrible. They play horrible in game 1, then win a 21-0 run for the fourth quarter. Game 2, I'm watching the game. I was watching this game because I'm very interested in this series. I'm interested in the Pistons because they're a scrappy fucking team, man. They're balling and they're gonna push the Knicks to the brink. But I don't know. I'd be surprised if the Pistons won this series, to be perfectly honest with you. I'd be surprised if they won this game. This is obviously a focus spot. They talk about it. You listen to the player interviews. When the team loses a game, especially when they're the favorite for the series, like, they're pissed off the next game. That's when you want to back them. So could Pistons win 2 in a row? It's very possible. If you think that the Pistons are going to win the series, you want to take them today. I don't. So I would agree with my guy Fiddle here. I would ride with my guy Fiddle here. I think it's the spot here. Let's get over here to the streets of the ass. The Grizzlies getting 9.5 points at the house versus the Thunder. They showed a little bit more something, right, in game 2, Fiddle. The Grizzlies did. They tried, but they didn't get smoked by 50. They at least tried to come out with something, but like, I really just think the Thunder are a little bit too much for them, man. Obviously, this is a Grizzlies spot. This is a game where you want to try and take the Grizzlies in some type of way. First quarter, first half, something. I can't do it, Fiddle. I'm sorry.
No, I actually bet OKC. The numbers moved a little bit. At this point, I probably would just stay away from anything. This game, I was saying it on my show earlier, Jay, we're back in Memphis, but this game could be on fucking Venus before Memphis stands a chance in this series. Like, there's just this OKC team is too good. Like they win by 51 in game 1. I understand Taylor Jenkins would have been probably still the best coach to have for Memphis right now. I understand having Brandon Clark would help a little bit. I understand potentially still having Steven Adams and Dylan Brooks and those guys would help this team, even not letting go of Marcus Smart if Jalen Wells didn't get her. All of those things can happen. OKC would have won by 38 instead of 51, and they would have won by 15 instead of 19 or whatever it is. So OKC probably sweeps the series, if anything, a 4-1. Maybe this is the lone Grizzlies spot, but I'll just keep fading it and hope that OKC finishes the series like 4-1 ATS and sign me up. 3-1 ATS in a 4-0 sweep or something.
I wouldn't go near fading the Thunder. Like I say, if there was anything that I would bet in this one, it would be Grizzlies early. But like the Thunder, when they clamped down in the fourth quarter, like Grizzlies can't mess with these boys, man. Thunder locking them down. Everybody's elite defensively. They got a size match. I mean, you got Shea, you got Holmgren, you got Hardenstein, you got motherfuckers like Caruso out there wreaking havoc. You never know when Casey Wallace, Isaiah Joe. You never know when these guys going to get hot from three. I think it's simple. Don't fade the Thunder there. The Grizzlies are ass. And they don't play enough defense. Let's go over to the streets of one team that does play defense, the LA Clippers. Another team, the Nuggets, that do not like defending the three at all. Just such a new age basketball team, Fiddle. It literally makes me sick. We always go and hoop at the gym and shit. And like, it's all off. Like, people don't like to play defense, and they don't like defense being played on them. Like, people are just so fucking soft these days. But I like to say it's Nuggets basketball. All offense, do not want to play defense at all. But Clippers, very well balanced. First playoff game in the Intuit Dome, Fiddle, with the wall. Clippers have been balling. Probably could be 2-0 in the series. Who do you think wins? Who do you like game 3? Who do you think wins the series?
Clippers -5, I think, is still playable. I think this is a resounding Clippers spot. They should have won game 1. They had a 15-point lead. They end up literally not blowing it. They end up literally just missing shots. It was a shooting variance thing. It was Russell Westbrook is hitting huge threes and turnovers, and Norm Powell was ice cold and things like that. Game 2, you see a vintage Kawhi, and now we go back to LA where they have the strongest home court advantage, probably, like, because of the wall. And if you look at like opponent free throw percentage and cover rates, like the Clippers were so good at home this year, and that will be a factor. And I think the biggest factor here, Jay, is the Ty Lue versus David Adelman matchup. Like, Ty Lue is hailed for his playoff adjustments, right? And his ability to mix things up during a series and throw different looks at people. David Adelman is in his 5th career game, in his first game off a loss, and as a road playoff underdog having to make adjustments. It's just like, once you get to games 2, 3, 4, and 5 in an NBA playoff series, the coaching situation, that's when it becomes most important. You throw your normal regular season look at them, game 1, maybe game 2 if it's not like alarmingly bad. You make your adjustments for games 3, 4, and 5, your different looks, your counter to the counter. Then you get to game 6 and 7 where it's like, I mean, at this point we've tried everything. So it's just gonna go back to talent, shots, execution, whatever. So games 3, 4, and 5. This is a huge coaching edge, Ty Lue, and that's the way to play into it. If you look at the way the numbers moved for home court advantages too, Jay, this one moved like the least, going from one arena to the other venue. So Denver has a strong home court advantage in altitude. The Clippers have a strong home court advantage in the new arena with the wall. And so all of those reasons make me think this line hasn't moved enough. It should probably close at Clippers -6. Clippers -5 is one of my stronger plays that's currently available.
Yeah, I can't talk y'all. I mean, I think this is a playoffs. This is when defense matters. There's 2 teams that fired their coaches right before the playoffs, and now it's going to backfire on them. It's pretty much that simple. It doesn't matter if I understand like getting rid of them, but in my opinion, that was kind of already looking towards next year. When you fire your coach right before the playoffs, it's like, all right, they know that they don't have a fucking chance this year. I hear what the Nuggets were saying. They were saying we want to fire him now to give ourselves the best chance in the playoffs.
Bullshit.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's negative energy. They have all type of shit going on over there. It's not what you want when even if they didn't like Malone. You want to at least see what you're going to do in the playoffs, and then you get kicked out in the first round, then you fire him. You know what I mean? But
you want to know what I think it was, Jay? The owner came out and he did an interview, and like it was at the Nuggets arena, and the team posted the interview, and he said that winning masks issues and that they decided that they were going to do it this summer regardless. I actually think if Michael Malone caused another finals run, like let's say they overperformed in the playoffs, that they're like, we couldn't fire him if he did well. So we actually have to get in front of it now because we're so sure that we want to fire him because it's a toxic, like winning masks the issues. The worst thing that could have happened to the Nuggets ownership was actually the Nuggets like losing in the finals or having a really intense Western Conference Finals that goes 7, and everyone's like, whoa, Nuggets actually overperformed in the playoffs, and like whether that be Jokic or whether that be Jamal Murray getting right at the same time, we would just look at it as all collectively one. And then if you fired Mike Malone after a successful playoff run, it would be like you wouldn't get any. So you do it right before the regular season while the team's struggling, while there's chaos. Yeah. And then if you come out of it, if they do proceed, you look like an absolute genius. And if not, no worst case scenario exists.
Yeah. Sounds like a lean.
Yeah, we gotta it's a heavy Clippers. Fuck a lean.
No. I was just saying, Fiddle, when you say like a lean and you say that if you win, then you get a pat on the back, but if you lose, then you just don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I only said that was a lean. I didn't actually bet it.
No, I was just saying that was a nice little analogy of what you were saying as far as
right. It is. Yeah, that's akin to if yes, you're okay. I see it now.
That's all I was saying.
We get a comment from Loopyu that says Adelman has been an assistant coach for 8 seasons. Yeah, I think like obviously he's got a lot of experience and he's been with that team. Never been a playoff head coach on a loss on the road. And like shout out to the Nuggets, at least they have this organizational philosophy. To Mike Malone was a coach's son. Yeah. Adelman now, his dad was Rick Adelman, who was a coach for a long time. Mm-hmm. They have Ryan Saunders on the staff too, like Flip Saunders' kid. So it's a cool thing what the Nuggets are doing. But yeah, they're not going to win.
Yes. Yeah, find somebody that preaches defense. The reason why I think like this, I think the Clippers are finally fed up with the Nuggets. If I'm not mistaken, Fiddle, if you could pull up the playoff history between the LA Clippers and the Denver Nuggets, and I believe at the very least they've lost their last couple of playoff matchup. I know it might even be 3, but I know for sure the last 2 times that they faced off in the playoffs, they lost. This is the chance for Lou for you know what I'm saying? The Clippers could possibly make a little finals run. I wouldn't if Kawhi keeps playing like that. I mean, shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? But this series specifically, I think this is Lou's chance. I mean, he's lost to the Nuggets so many times, bro.
He lost to them. The Jokic coming out party was in the bubble when the Clippers were up 3-1, and then the Nuggets stormed back and took the series.
Yeah, Murray was going crazy.
Murray was going 50-point Murray in those. I don't know why. Like everyone talks about Kawhi, like, oh, Kawhi's just going to show up on the injury report for Game 4. Like Kawhi's been healthy since January consistently. Like it's honestly Jamal Murray who's way more of an injury risk right now.
No, that's a fact.
He's been in and out with hamstring issues for the last 2 months. Like
Fiddle, did you pull it up for me? How many times did they lose?
I think it's 3 series in a row. You're correct.
Good. That is crazy, bro. This is losing. You can't lose this series to the Nuggets. You tie Lue, bro. I'm sorry. That shit would drive him crazy, especially with them firing Malone, with them having all this shit going. Michael Porter Jr., you know, Murray's not being the same. It's pretty much Jokic and everybody else. No lockdown defender. Clippers, they've got to handle business, and they got to handle business tonight, and they got to handle business in this series, in my opinion, man. This is on Lue here. All right, that's it for today's games. Let's get to some games for tomorrow, Fiddle. Let's go to the streets of Orlando, the beautiful sunny streets of Orlando. Oh, that place is, I think Florida in general is just like, it's just nice, man. Oh boy, I went to Orlando once, Fiddle. Just took my son to a park. We went to the zoo and then went to the park, and it was just like, oh boy. We're not even going to start with it. But Magic down 0-2. They obviously have the defense to hang with the Celtics. They just don't have the 3-pointers. They don't have the shooters. And KCP is not even, you know what I'm saying, showing up. So
he's hard.
But they played them close in game. They had a 1-point lead at the half in game 1 and was down by 3 at the half in game 2. So maybe Magic first quarter, first half once again in this game 3, but I don't know if I trust them for the whole game. But I also think that they will get one of these games at the house. They will win one of these games at the house. The Magic will not get swept by the Celtics.
I think it's probably worth waiting on the Tatum news. Like, it's so hard to bet.
Tatum's going to sit.
You think he's going to sit?
They're up 2-0. Why does he need to play in game 3?
And they did this. Okay, so I had the same conversation with Matt Moore yesterday or 2 days ago, where I was like, are they going to keep Tatum out like the same way they did with Porzingis last season against the Pacers? He was cleared, reportedly wanting to come back, but they were up 3-0 in the series, and they were like, no, if we actually give you this day off, then you get another week before the finals with the Mavericks or Timberwolves. We didn't know who was going to win at that point. And it was just like, no, like, we're going to not play you in this one game and give you an extra 4 or 5 days. Right? The Boston Celtics have done it in the playoffs. So it's just like, do they do it with Tatum? Matt was of the opinion that Tatum, and he's got more NBA information than me. He was of the opinion of Tatum's going to want to play. And if he's good to go, Tatum will play.
His wrist is his right. If it was his left wrist, it's totally different, Fiddle. His shooting wrist, I don't know these motherfuckers.
I wonder what other activities are disturbed for Tatum currently.
Tatum's not playing. I don't know for sure, but I highly doubt it, bro. With them going up 2-0, they have breathing room. If they lost yesterday, he's coming back for sure. If they would have lost in game 2, but with them, I'd be surprised if Tatum comes back for this game 3, man. I think the Magic win one of these games at the house outright. That's what I think, Fiddle.
I just closed out of the tab. My bad. All right. Then I do think game 3 would be the spot, and then it would probably worth be betting into now, because if you got the Tatum's out news, it's going to go close at 4.5, and it would be a really strong Magic spot being down 0-2 at home without your opponent's best player. So, I find it hard to bet either side currently, but if that's how we think it plays out, then that would be the way to bet it.
Magic probably go 3-0 in the first half. It's been that third quarter where they come out.
Maybe that's the best angle is Magic.
The other team, the Celtics will come out on an 11-0, 11-2 run. They've done it twice now. But the first half, it's been the Magic, man. I think it keeps going there. And if they want to win, you got to obviously come out and punch the Celtics in the mouth and get up by 10, 15, 20 points. But Magic's home crowd is a thing for sure. And that definitely matters. Let's go over to the street to Milwaukee. The Bucks struggling with the Pacers. This is one series that's actually not going my way, Fiddle. I thought the Bucks might have stole. We know that when Dame come back his first game, he was going to be trash. But I thought that the Bucks possibly had a chance to steal one of those first games, possibly be a live underdog in this series. They covered all 4 regular season matchups, which really means nothing. But it did mean to me that they were pissed at the Pacers for losing to them in last year's playoffs. Now Dame is back. He has a game under his belt. Obviously, absolute must-win game. I know the Bucks defense has been ass, but I don't want the Pacers here. Do or die spot. This is all on Giannis staying. Dame or Giannis or both could be gone especially if they lose this game. If they don't stay competitive in this series, both of them are probably gone. I know Dame will probably try and go to Miami or some shit like that, but I think Giannis will be like, this is it, bro. We've been hearing rumblings for years now. If they don't do well in this series and lose like 4-1, Giannis is out. I think so. So this is a huge game right here, Fiddle. I'm not betting against the Bucks here. I know that.
I already bet on the Bucks, and there's a lot of sentiment out there that the Bucks have no chance in this series, and that they can't keep up with the Pacers. They can't guard the Pacers, that this Pacers team is so much better than them. I question all of that with then how come the Bucks were +4 at the closing line for game 2, and they're a -5 at home for game 3?
Crazy.
Why are the books saying that the Bucks at home are a bigger favorite than the Pacers are at home in the exact same matchup and series? The truth of it is they're saying these teams are dead even. Honestly, maybe even a shade towards Bucks being a little power rated higher. And the 0-2 desperation angle. You hear Giannis saying, I don't care what people think. I know what needs to be done in game 3. Like all the right things being said about them. This is a strong Bucks spot for game 3. I already bet the Bucks. I would still probably do it at -5. The thing is, I probably don't think it's going to pop to 6. Like I think where we are. So you might want to just wait on it and play it right before tip because you might get a 4.5 instead of a 5, right? So you might want to wait, but this is clearly a buck spot. Maybe it's just a money line angle as well.
This feels like 2002. I think that was the year that I went crazy and went like 48-14 in the playoffs, just like fucking crazy. This feels like that year. All the teams that are down, the home teams that lost is the favorite. And I mean, we've been seeing some zigzag. We're seeing teams come down 0-2. Well, no, that hasn't happened yet, but you know what I mean? Like the Rockets game, yes. Like the Lakers.
Yes.
Favorite. Lost.
I have all of them ready for you if you want me to go through.
Yeah. But the people, I'm harping this because the fucking people should know, the people that watch this, you don't need me to do shows. Like this is the playoffs. You know the spots. The favorite lose game 1, take them trifecta game 2. Same thing with Rockets yesterday. They're down 1-0. They're, you know what I'm saying? They were the favorite. You see the line. The line told you what to do. They were +1 in game 1. Then they were -3. The line is telling you what to do. You look at this Bucks game. So you'll usually see it flip. So the Knicks were favored by what? 6.5 at the house and then 1 on the road. We're pretty much open at +1. That's standard. 6.5 points. Fiddle just told you, like they were fucking +4, bro. Shit's moved pretty much like it's a 9.5 point, like the line is telling you don't bet against the team that's down 0-2 here. It's like it's not saying that the Bucks are absolute lock, but it's just saying like this is the bet that you make and you go to sleep and whatever happens, you live with the shit. It was the right bet.
We know the 56% side here, right? And if you hit 56 or better, you're doing well. Jay, to speak to your point with some of the exact examples of it, Rockets lose game 1 as a 1-point favorite at close. They go into game 2 they closed at 4.5 and they cover. The Clippers lose game 1 as a 2.5, 3-point underdog. They are a 1.5-point favorite in game 2 on the road. Like, listen to what the books are telling you some of these times. The Knicks were a 7.5 point favorite in game 1. They win and cover. They're a 6.5 point favorite in game 2. Like, why would the Lakers are a 4-point favorite in game 1? They lose. They are a 5.5 or 6-point favorite in game 2. All of these are it's like literally saying the desperation angle is real. Yeah, it's the locking, the calls you might get, a home whistle as a favorite losing, and then being the better team in the market, and then coming back with the sense of urgency. It's worth something, and so all of these spots are showing, and the Bucks fit this bill for game 3 in a strong way.
I just want to say it one more time. Shout out to the people that I've said this over and over again every year in the playoffs. Shout out to the people that actually learned to fish and didn't just eat the fish. You're right there. You know what I mean? So shout out to you guys. We need more like you. One last thing on this: when Giannis is cussing in the when he's cursing and saying profanity and saying provocative things in the post game interview, you want to back Giannis. You want to fuck with him in the next game and his team. Let's go over to the streets of the Wolves here. The Minnesota Timberwolves, land 3 versus the Lakers. I have no idea what to do with this game, Fiddle.
I actually haven't bet the series.
I thought the Lakers are going to win the series, and so I probably should be taking them game 3. They're going to have to find some offense. You can't attack Rudy every game. Finch figured that out, and that's why the Wolves started to come back in game 2. He said, whoever's guarding Rudy, that's what. It's pretty simple. They want to in the playoffs, and I'm trying not to spend too long on this. The playoffs, they point out the weak defender, and they go at them every single time. That's just what the playoffs are about. If you have a weak defender out there, they're going to go at them. So the Lakers are going after Rudy Gobert. Now they swapped it to where whoever's guarding him will try and go set the pick. Rudy points, hey, somebody else go and cover that guy that's setting the pick now. Now Rudy Gobert is not in the pick and roll. So now the Lakers are going to have to make adjustments to that. And if they can beat that, then they'll win this series. But if they can't figure out their chess match and Anthony Edwards decides to go bonkers, this is a game I'll probably stay off of. Whoever loses game 3, I do think it'll be tied up 2-2 at the end of this. Whoever loses game 3, I think you just take them in game 4. I really do think it's that simple. So I'm gonna stay off game 3. I will definitely have some I like in game 4, but I don't know, Fiddle. What do you think?
It's another spot similar to what we just talked about last time. Like, you should probably bet the Wolves, right?
Okay.
If you're going to bet it, you probably should bet the Wolves in this spot. It's a Wolves will tell you numbers model market, but Lakers, from a basketball perspective, should have a matchup advantage, and you have LeBron and Luka in the playoffs. So I just come to it's better to not bet it, and it's just a great game to watch, and it's a reminder that you don't need to bet every game that you watch. You don't need to. It doesn't matter. Like, these games are insanely entertaining. I bet to make money, Jay. I don't bet to enjoy the game a little more. In fact, I actually kind of enjoy it a little more when it's a rare time where I'm not watching through the lens of do they cover 5.5 late, right? Like, I love this game, so I'll just watch it.
Let the church say amen. Fiddle's preaching over here. Who do you think wins the series?
Lakers.
Okay. I like that. I'm not going to talk you off that. If the Wolves do win game, I'm almost rooting for the Wolves to win game 3 now, because like it'd definitely be a heavy spot. Lakers game 4. Heavy.
Text me that one.
I'm telling you right now.
I'll text you. All right. Fuck off.
No, I'm just saying. If they lose,
on the confirmation of it is. Well, what if Luka gets hurt? Is it still?
That's why we got to watch the game.
Yeah,
you know. And if Luka gets hurt and the Wolves are -6, -7, I'll still take the Lakers in game 4. And the refs will help us as well. But let's hope he doesn't get hurt. But we got to watch the game. Let's go to the streets of Miami in this one, man. Heat getting 6. They're down 0-2 versus the Cavs. Do they have anything? Can they? And they showed something yesterday because they were down a bunch, start the game, came all the way back, cut it to like a 6-point game. Doing what the Heat do, doing what Spoelstra does. He covers in game 2. That's just what Spoelstra does. Cavs are a juggernaut. Cavs should come out of the East this year. They probably should be in the finals. This game is this is one I don't want to bet, Fiddle. This game is going to tell me if the Cavs have the killer instinct. If Donovan Mitchell, because y'all remember he was number 1 seed with the Jazz, and these motherfuckers didn't do nothing. Rudy Gobert was on that team as well. Do they have that killer instinct, Fiddle, to put their foot on the Heat's throat in this game 3? They're laying 6. What are we doing?
I think it's Cavs or nothing, but I think at the current price, it's pretty tough to play. Line opened at 3.5, Jay.
Yeah.
Like,
that's wild.
Yeah, I played the Cavs -3.5. Looking at it now, it's at 6. It's not good advice to still say, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the advice is that the value's gone. It's probably at a place where you don't play it, and there are some 6.5s. I'm probably going to take the +6.5 for 1/3 of my exposure on my Cavs -3.5 and try and fiddle middle it.
Yeah. Man, I hadn't even got to Saturday's games. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I'm not fucking with this game. I'm gonna watch, because if the Cavs if they put their foot down here, it's gonna tell me everything I need to know. So this is a watch and learn game for me. If anything, Heat early, but as far as the full game, if the Cavs go out there and cover this spread, they're not fucking around this year. So watch a game for me. If anything, Heat first quarter. Nothing for me. Let's go over here to the streets of Golden State, man. The Warriors are playing the fucking 1990 Detroit Pistons over here, the Rockets. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, I like the ride. I'm glad that the Rockets covered a trifecta yesterday. Still think it was a dirty play by Amen. I don't care what anybody says. I know what the Rockets are about. I know their head coach. I play basketball like some players on the Rockets. That was on this. I think that they was trying to take out the most important player for the Warriors. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to piss them off even more. The players have missed with this injury before, Fiddle, but that was in the regular season. This is the playoffs. Every game matters. I think it's going to piss the Warriors off even more. I'm hoping that they do Jimmy questionable or some shit. Bring the line down, please. Dub City, Fiddle.
I'm fine with it. I like the under. 203 is the best line at DraftKings. And I think it's regardless of if Jimmy plays or not. If Jimmy doesn't play, the line will dip. If Jimmy does play, it'll stay pretty stagnant there. And to be honest, despite him being able to score a lot, like he plays very slow half court playoff offense and he plays elite defense. And the Warriors have been the number one defense in the leagues in the times that Jimmy Butler has been available for them. So I think it's an under spot going back home. I think the Rockets shot the lights out of the ball yesterday. I don't think they're going to be able to do that on the road as much with the role players. So yesterday's game has a lot of good late shooting, and it still finishes at 203. So I'd go right back to 203 and hit an under.
I think you take whoever you think's going to win the series. I really think it's that simple. This is a game 3, a pivotal game 3. Whoever you think is going to win the series, you take them in this game 3. I really think it's that simple, to be perfectly honest with you, man. So let's get up out of here, Fiddle. We talked our shit. We went through all game 3s. You feel what I'm saying? I'm feeling it. Fiddle is on fire. He gave us thoughts on every one of these game 3s, Fiddle. What do you like, my brother? You could give us one best bet. You could do whatever it's on you, my brother.
Best things to play right now. Knicks -1. There's a -105 at Caesars and a -110 at DraftKings. That is -1.5 everywhere else and might close at 2. The Clippers -5. That is available. Bet365, Caesars, and FanDuel 5.5 elsewhere. I think that one might close at 6, so I think it is still worth taking. Bucks. I will be on the Bucks, but I mean, I already was on the Bucks. I would still play them at 4.5 or 5, but looking at the number now, I would just wait till right before tip in case there's a little wave of Pacers. It's not going to be much. It's not going to be back down to 4, but it might be back down to 4.5, which becomes a valuable spot. Wolves, Lakers, I'm staying away from. Cavs, Heat, I would stay away from at current prices. And Rockets, Warriors, under 203.
I like it. Solid plays, man. Solid play. I know the playoffs has been going well for you, Fiddle. You're a smart guy. You know how the market is. Shout out to Fiddle, man. Real smart guy. He does this shit. Y'all make sure y'all follow him on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He has a YouTube channel as well. He goes live on X and on YouTube simultaneously. So my guy Fiddle speaks for the people that did know. Shout out to him for coming on doing the show, man. We did it an hour early, but we talked every game 3. Whatever you guys are betting, best of luck. I hope you get that cash. Fuck the bookies. We trying to smack them up. You feel me? But nah, for real. Shout out to Fiddle doing the show with me, man. Hopefully there'll definitely be more Jay and Fiddle in the future, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button. Have a great day. Drink some water. Try to get a workout in. Go get a 30-minute walk. You see what I'm saying? Health is wealth. And we'll see
Tell
you guys.
Your family you love them. Hug your kids.
Nah, facts. Give somebody a compliment. Give somebody a compliment today as well, man. See what I'm saying? You never know. Somebody could be having suicidal thoughts in their head, and you didn't give them a compliment. You didn't brighten up their whole fucking day, their whole life. You might have made somebody year by giving them a compliment. You see what I'm saying?
Little Jay McAfee. You know, Pat McAfee ends the show with like, say something nice to somebody. It might save their life.
Okay. I'd never watched this show.
Jay McAfee.
Not once. Well, I appreciate it. Maybe I'll be on ESPN one of these days. Yeah, it's all love, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll be back at some point next week. It's all love. We out.
Let's get this cash.